In the last video, I made you a promise that I said the essay paper is not a gamble. It is a trainable structure. I showed you the four types of topic and the one formula that runs underneath all of them. Today I keep that promise. For that, I'm going to show you exactly how to take that formula and turn it into a finished essay. That is under real exam pressure in 90 minutes. For this, I'm going to give you quick clarification first. In the actual exam, you get 3 hours for 2 essays. That is 180 minutes for 2 essays. So that is roughly 90 minutes per essay. So that is the clock we are working with today. And here is the most important thing I will say in this whole video. A great essay is not written in 90 minutes after writing. A great essay is not written in 90 minutes of writing. It's written in 15 minutes of thinking and 75 minutes of controlled writing. The students who fail this paper are the ones who start writing in minute 1. Don't be you don't be that student you are. Let me show you the clock. Here is the 4 blocks. Here are the 4 blocks for writing an essay. One process. What is that? Minute 0 to 15. You plan, no writing. You have to plan the structure of essay or brainstorming the ideas. No writing, just decoding and structuring. Minutes 15 to 20. What you have to do? 0 to 15 minutes, just decoding and structuring the essay. Then minutes 15 to 20, you write the introduction. Then 20 to 25 minutes, you write the body. You write the body. 20 to 75 minutes, I am telling you. 0 to 15 minutes, you are going to do planning, then decode the structure and brainstorming the ideas, and you are going to planning that structure of the essay. Then 15 to 20 minutes, you have to write an introduction. For this, it is a creating a direction to the particular essay you are going to write. So next 20 to 75 minutes, you are going to write a body. That is execute the blueprint and dimension of a time. Dimension, dimension at a time. So 75 to 90 minutes, you write the conclusion and you review the essay. So this is the order from 0 minute to 90 minute. I'm repeating again. 0 minute to 15 minute, you are going to do a plan, no writing, just decoding and structuring. Then 15 minutes to 20 minutes, you write the introduction. Then 20 to 75 minutes, you write the body. This is the bulk of the essay. And 75 to 90 minutes, you write the conclusion and you review the essay. So plan, introduction, body, conclusion and a review. 15, 5, 55, 15 minutes respectively. Now let me take you inside each block. And this is where the formula from part 1 does the heavy lifting here. So comes to the first 15 minutes. This is called as plan. This is the most important block of this particular essay structure, essay. And it is the one everyone skips. If you get these 15 minutes for right direction, the essay almost writes itself. So you have to slow down here. So in the first 15 minutes, what you are going to do is first 0 minute, first 2 minutes, 0 to 2, first 2 minutes, name the type of the essay. For that, you are going to remember, you have remember the four types of from part one. That is issue essay, trade-off essay, idea essay, and metaphor essay. In 2 minutes, you have to identify and name the type of the essay which is given in the examination that is belong to. Then the instant you read your topic, the instant you have to read your topic and classify it. Is this a clear issue, a tension between truths, an abstract idea, or a metaphor, an object standing for something bigger? So after you identify, after you name the type of essay and identify the essay, you have to do under the essay structure what you are supposed to do. So naming the type tells you instantly which approach to reach for the particular essay. So this takes 30 seconds and saves you the whole paper. So this is the 0 to 2 minutes what you have to do in the particular essay writing. So then second one, minute 2 to 5, 2 minutes to 5 minutes. That is you are going to do is interpret. Interpret. This is the formula's first real step. Interpret. Interpret the essay. Ask yourself one thing very clearly, that is, what is this topic actually saying underneath the surface? What is this topic actually saying underneath the surface? So don't take this the obvious reading, because push fast it. If the topic is metaphor, what does the object really stand for? If it is a paradox, why is the backward sounding this thing actually true? So write your interpretation in 1 or 2 lines in the margin. That line is your compass for next 85 minutes. So comes to the I'm repeating the second part again. Minute 2 to 5. What you have to do is interpret. This is the formula's first real step. You have to know this thing. And for this, you have to ask yourself, what is this opening? What is this topic actually saying? What is this topic actually saying underneath the surface? So please don't take this as obvious reading. Push fast it. If the topic is a metaphor, what does the object really stand for? If it is a paradox, why is the backward sounding thing actually true? Write your interpretation 1 or 2 lines in the margin. That line is your compass for the next 85 minutes writing of essay. Then move to the third part, that is minute 5 to 8. 5 minutes to 8 minutes. In this you have to fix your thesis. This is the single sentence your entire essay will stand on. Your one central claim, not a vague. This topic is important and actual position. If someone read only this one line, they should know exactly what you are arguing. That should be the central claim here. A weak essay has no thesis, it just wanders through the points. A strong essay has a spine, and the thesis is that spine. So, for this 5 to 8 minutes, you have to write the thesis which will spine, which will stand as a spine for this particular essay. This is going to be central claim. If someone read this only this one line, they should know exactly what you are arguing for in the in the particular essay. So this is the time for central thesis. This is the fix your thesis time. And actual position, not this is important. So you have to clear your central claim with this particular sentence. So this is till 8th minute. Then next step, that is fourth step, minute 8 to 13. Here list your dimensions. Now you spread the topic across angles, the reliable ones like the individual, the society, the economy, politics and the governance, ethics, the environment, history, and the global picture. So you don't use all of them. You can pick the 3 to 5 that genuinely fit your topic. Here, your picking of the point is fit to the topic is most important. Jot one key down, keyword for each. Jot one keyword for each. These becomes your body paragraphs. So this is how you guarantee you will never run dry halfway through. So next fifth, that is minute 13 to 15th minute. Drop in examples and plan your balance. Quickly note one concrete example under each dimension. A person, an event, a scheme, or a piece of history. Whatever it is, fit to the essay and fit to the dimension and fit for that dimension, you have to take that example. And note your counter view, the one honest objection to your thesis that all you that you all address. And that is the plan. In 15 minutes with no real writing, you now have a type, an interpretation, thesis, 4 or 5 dimensions, examples for each, and a counter view, that is the balance. Look at what you are holding. That's not a blank page anymore. That is a blueprint. The blueprint is need of the hour. The hard part is already done. In the 15 minutes, you have in your hand type type of the essay, and then what is the interpretation, then thesis, then what are the 4 to 5 dimensions with the examples, and the counter view, that is the balance part. So the actual hard part is already done in the first 15 minutes. Then we are moving to 15 to 20 minutes. In this 15 to 20 minutes, what you have to do is the introduction. Now you write the introduction and you have 5 minutes. No more. A strong introduction does these three small things. One, it opens with a hook, not since the dawn of civilization. Open with the tension itself, a short scene, a question, a small story, or the paradox started sharply, rather than since the dawn of civilization, this, that. No, open with the tension itself. What is the tension? Like a short scene, a question, a small story, or the paradox stated sharply. So something that makes the examiner sit up. Then second one, it interprets the topic. You bring in that interpretation line you wrote in the plan. You show the examiner you understand what the topic really means, not just its surface. In the second part, and three, that is, it states your thesis or points clearly toward it. By the end of your first paragraph, the reader should know your direction. In the introduction itself, for introduction, what you have to must have is hook, interpretation, and thesis. This should be keep it to one tight paragraph, maybe 115 words, 150 words. So the introductions only job is to create direction. Introduction, you have to understand this simple thing. The introduction's only job is to create direction. Don't try to win the whole essay here. This is not the space for don't try to win the whole essay here. This is not the place to try to win the whole essay here. Here, introduction's only job is to what? Create a direction. Just to point the arrow and move. That's it. This is introduction. Then next thing comes to in the mind, that is body. That is 20 minutes to 75 minutes. Minutes 20 to 75. This is 55 minutes. The heart of the essay is this. And here is the thing, because you planned properly, the body is now just executing your blueprint. You already know your dimensions with examples. You are not inventing any more currently or right now. You are filling in. That's it. Here is the rhythm, one dimension per paragraph. And every paragraph follows same small shape, like claim, state the angle, claim, state the angle at the level of the individual or economically, like that. Then explain, unpack it in 2 or 3 sentences. That's it. Next comes to the example. Drop in the concrete example you noted in the plan. Here, this is what separates a strong essay from a vague one. What you have to do is here, what we are doing here, we take in, we are taking the dimension. In the dimension, we are taking claim, state the angle, and explain the particular angle within 2 to 3 sentences, and we put example for that claim. For 3 to 5 dimensions we are going to take, and each dimension should be the one paragraph. One paragraph consists of with claim, that state the angle, then explain it with 2 or 3 sentences, then example, comes to the example. This is the one paragraph for one dimension. It should be it completed. Again, next dimension, like that. So this is the way of writing an essay in the body as far as dimension is concerned with the examples. A strong essay, it should be strong essay. This is what separate from vague one. It specifies names, events, data, history. Never lets a paragraph float without real world anchor. Link, tie the paragraph back to your thesis before you move on. For particular dimension in the paragraph is claim, then explain, then example, then link. Then the particular dimension with that paragraph completed. Then the next dimension. Then the next. If you have 5 dimensions, that's 5 clean paragraphs, each running with the same shape. This should be the paragraph rhythm. Now we have to move that ends you the highest marks. Somewhere in the second half of the body, you write your balanced paragraph. You turn and face the strongest objection to your own thesis. You take it seriously, and then you show why your position still holds or how the truth sits between the two. This is what tells the examiner you are a mature thinker, not a one-sided one. So a 2025 topic especially rewards this, because almost every modern essay topic this genuine tension inside it. Don't hide from the other side. Walk into it and come out stronger. Watch your clock here. Roughly 10 minutes per dimensions is too slow. Aim for paragraphs that are tight and complete and keep moving. Better to have 5 solid dimensions than 3 perfect ones and 2 missing. So, this should be the body and execute your blueprint. Like each dimension, what you have to do is claim, explain, then example, and a link. What should be the comes to the balance paragraph? When you reach the strongest objection to your own thesis, that time you have to take it seriously and then show why your position still holds and how the truth sits between the two. This is move that ends the highest marks. It tells the examiner you are a mature thinker, not a one-sided one. So that is why you have to take 5 solid dimensions, beat 3 perfect ones and 2 missing. So that is why you have to take that five solid dimensions. You have to take. Then next we are moving to the 75 to 90 minute block. That is conclusion and review. This is the final most important part in the writing of an essay. This is the last block, that is 15 minutes. In this you are going to do 2 jobs. First one, the conclusion, and this is where most students waste their ending. A weak conclusion just summarizes, thus we have seen. Don't do that. Here the conclusion should not be summarization of the entire paper, entire essay. Conclusion means not just conclusion means not just summary. A strong conclusion does what the formula's last step demands. It lands on meaning. It lands on meaningful conclusion. The best technique is to return to your introduction, your opening hook or question, and now answer it with everything the essay has built. Open with a question, close with its meaning. That loop makes the whole essay feel complete, deliberate, whole. End on a forward looking or elevated note, something human, something larger than the topic should be. Conclusion. Then comes to the second point, that is review. Give yourself the last 3 or 4 minutes to read back through the entire essay. You are not rewriting, you are catching a missing link sentence, a paragraph with no example, a spelling slip, an underlined thesis. Small fixes, big differences it will become. And one practical thing, that is, make sure your handwriting stayed readable in the rush. That should be the most important thing in the essay part. An examiner who cannot read you cannot reward you. That is the important thing you have to understand. This is the common sense. So comes to this 75 to 90 minutes, you have to do two things, that is conclude with meaningful conclusion, then review. When comes to conclude, you don't use to just a summary. You have to do is go back to the introduction. When you start with the introduction with the question, in the conclusion you have to do is meaningful meaningful conclusion from that question of introduction. Then it will fulfill the entire essay. So that should be the work you have to do as far as meaningful conclusion. Then comes to the review part. What is the review part? You have to take 3 to 5 minutes. This is not rewriting part. When you going through the review part, when a link sentence missed, when a paragraph with no example, when a spelling mistake or spelling slip, an underlined thesis, so these are should be just useful for minor mistakes, minor fixes rather than big ones. So it minor fixes reward huge changes, big changes. And one more thing, you have to be very careful. Make sure your handwriting stayed readable in the rush. So that is the most important thing you have to keep in mind always. A returning loop should be conclusion, like question opened, meaning closed. Makes the whole essay feel deliberate and whole. This is the single most point you have to keep in your mind as far as meaningful conclusion is concerned. So let me put the whole 90 minutes block together. So 15 minutes to plan. In the plan, what you have to do is type, interpretation, thesis, dimensions, examples, and balance. Then comes to 5 minutes for an introduction that creates direction. 55 minutes for a body that executes your blueprint, which is done in the previous 15 minutes for plan in the planning thinking. One dimension at a time. In the one dimension, you have to do is with a balanced paragraph that shows maturity. In the paragraph, what you have to do is claim, state, example, explain, uh, and examples, explain, example, etc. So, on 15 minutes to conclude on meaning and review the final 15 minutes. So, notice the entire thing. What just happened here? We never once relied on inspiration. We never hoped the topic would click. Just to run a process. And that is the entire secret of this paper, particular essay is concerned. When everyone around you is panicking and writing whatever comes to the mind, you are calmly running a structure what you have practiced 100 times. So because here is the truth is, I will leave you with You don't rise to the occasion in that exam hall. You fall to the level of your preparation. That's it. So practice this clock. Write full essay. Write full essays under 19 minutes, 90 minutes. Again and again, again and again, until the structure is automatic. So do that, and on exam day, the essay paper won't be the one you fear, because already you have done many essay practices with the clock. So it will be the one you count on. So if this helped, tell me in the comments which essay topic you want me to actually build live, start to finish. Using this exact clock, I will and I will make that the next video. Thank you.